Good morning, guys. It's Leslie in Ski Bakers. Temps dropped overnight. I did go around when it got dark last night and gave everybody some extra straw bedding. The baby goats got a little bit of straw with them under the heat lamp. I did leave it on last night just because it was, I think it said it was like 16 and it felt like 2, or 13 and felt like 2. I don't even remember. Right now I think it's in the 20s, 29 or something, and feels like 16. Pretty chilly with that wind. Look out, Abel. So we're just gonna go out, check on Apani and the babies, check on Treble, who's right there. Brought some warm water for Apani. She doesn't have a water heater in her bucket in here to keep it from freezing. And I know she'll enjoy some warm water. Brought a bucket of stuff for the babies. We did end up overnight losing that third baby, the little boy that I had to pull. Unfortunately, he was just pretty weak from the time I got him out. He was gasping for breath at that point, and I thought maybe he would come out of it. He never really got up. Hi, Apani. He never really got up a whole lot and did a lot of moving around. He kind of laid around, and fortunately I just couldn't get him going. So let's see what we've got in my bucket here. Oh. So I brought out an extra heat lamp bulb. I had to take the bulb out of the other kidding stall because apparently the one where Apani is, I had already taken out. It must have went bad. And then I've got our first 2 wristbands that we're going to use for collars. I don't think we'll have enough right now that I can't tell who's who, but we're going to try it out and see how it goes. And then I also brought my milk scale and my bucket. We're going to weigh these babies this morning. I didn't get them weighed yesterday. It was just too cold and I didn't want to, that's the little girl, and I didn't want to kind of keep them out from underneath the heat lamp and from Mom very long. I'd rather wait a little bit and weigh them later and get kind of a baseline from there. So, little girl's hungry. Apani, let your baby eat. And then the little boy over there on the left, he's blue-eyed. Not sure, I think the little girl's brown-eyed. It's been kind of hard to tell. It was kind of dark in here last night that I couldn't really see her eyes, her pupils were dilated. Oh, can't even speak this morning. But she appears to be heavily moon spotted. All those polka dots on her are moon spots, which, are you sticking your tongue out at me? This big light brown area on Apani's neck, that's one big moon spot. So I can't tell yet if the little boy over there has any. Most likely he'll be weathered and just sold as a pet. I know his dad comes from some really good milk lines. I believe Apani does as well, but we'll wait and kind of see what her udder turns out to be before we make any decisions. We've got time. If we do weather them, I don't usually weather them until they're at least 10 to 12 weeks old. I try to go a little bit longer if possible. Let their urinary tract develop fully. I don't know if I can get down far enough to see her under there or not. Okay, well, let's get some of this stuff done. Let's get Apani some chaff hay and grain, get her water switched, get the babies weighed. You gonna come out, Treble? Come on, Treble. Okay. Swap out her water. What are you doing, little girl? Apani, you gotta back up so I can close the gate, lady. There you go. I got almost ½ inch or so frozen on top. I know, we're in and out again. So I guess we'll weigh babies first. I know. Well, I'm sorry. You had a little bit of poop stuck on your butt. I had to clean it off. Hey! Can you say hi? Yeah? Can you say hi? So all of these little spots, not white, but these will probably end up being chocolate. They may lighten down her leg, on her butt. They may lighten up. Usually they do. I'm thinking her eyes are blue, but her pupils are so big, it's really hard to see. Huh. Yeah? You think so? Shall we see what you weigh? Turn our scale on. She's not gonna like this, but it won't hurt her. All right, all right. Hey. It's 2.65 pounds. Look it. It's the baby goat in the bucket. All right, just over 2.5 pounds. Hey, what's the matter? I'll get you in some light. Get your pupils to... Yeah, they're getting a little smaller. They look blue. All right. Be our first time trying to use these. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll be too bad. I thought maybe they would be too thick, but I think they'll be all right. So, let's see. So this just says R1. So R is, are you hungry? R is our letter for this year for their tattoos. And then it just says Apani Lucifer. Obviously Apani is her mom. Lucifer is her dad. Just so at a quick glance, myself, or if I send the kids out and say, hey, I need you to check on this goat. Now it says R1, Apani, cross Lucifer, and that's our first little doe for the year. Huh. Yeah. You want to get down and run around? What do you think? Should we get your brother? Maybe you guys can just bounce around together. Oh, hi, sir. Just a second. So this is our little boy. You can see his blue eyes better than you can hers. Make sure I don't step on her. She's peeing on my floor. So he's just a buckskin. That's his coloring. Got a little bit of white down here. Obviously white on his poll on the top of his head. A couple of little spots here. I'm not sure. I think those are just white spots. White on the tip of his tail. Yeah. What do you think? Should we get you weighed? And you can go run around with your sister. So you can see with the bucket on, it tears out at 0. Oh my goodness! Get your little leg in there. Him in. And he is 2.5 pounds. So he is exactly 2.5. She is slightly bigger than him. Get his little collar on here. Try to make it not too tight, but not too loose that they can maybe get it caught. Or Pookie, what are you doing to that baby goat? You're not sure what to think of that baby, huh? You've never seen baby goats, just big goats. Babies? Now you guys are kind of chilly, not under your heat lamp, huh? What do you think? Pookie, you be nice to them. Hi, babies. So, like I said, he's a buckskin. He'll probably be more of kind of a red buckskin. I guess not red buckskin, but his color is more kind of like a mahogany buckskin. And she is more, not sure if she'll be a chocolate buckskin. Pretty sure her markings are black. We'll see when she grows up just a little bit. But she is a buckskin as well with moon spots. A little bit of white on her poll. She's got a couple little white spots and a tiny little bit of white on the tip of her tail. So a buckskin is just her mom. Their mom and dad are both buckskin. So a Pawnee's coloring, where they're dark black, or if they're a chocolate buckskin, this will be chocolate colored. They have what they call a cape. And then the markings on their face, the way they come down, and their leg bars. That's what makes their coloring a buckskin. All right, we'll put them back in with Mom. All right, you two, back with Mom. Whoa. So little girl's hungry. We just woke them up when we came in. They had been sleeping. I'll put the little boy on the other side. Hopefully we can get him. No, he's not eating. He's just standing there. She'll lick him. Oh, I thought maybe she was going to tell him to eat, but is he not hungry, Mom? All right. We'll see what else we can get done today. Pookie, not your babies. You leave them alone. All right, get down, Trouble. We're going to check Trouble before we let her back out with the rest. Hi, I know. You finished your breakfast, huh? Ligaments are still almost 100% there. Udder doesn't feel any fuller than it was, so I'm guessing she still has several days, but we'll keep a close eye on her just to make sure. Where are you going? Come on, we gotta sneak back in without letting all the crazies out the gate. Nope, I'm not fighting goats today. Probably let Moscato in, get her extra food. You ready, Katos? Where'd you go, Moscato? Oh, standing right in front of me, huh? Okay, while she eats, I'm gonna go ahead and put this heat lamp bulb into that other heat lamp so that it's ready and I'm not scrambling for a bulb if I need it. Trouble kids and it's chilly out. Oh, she's going to get a heat lamp on, at least to dry them. So we got these from Premier One, and I really like these because they're a heavy plastic. They're safer than those cheap ones that you buy at the stores. And it would be mounted correctly. It would be incredibly hard for the goats to knock them down. I'll show you guys. So those cheap metal ones you buy at the store are flimsy and they're like on a chain or a clip and they just fall. They're not safe. So these we have an eyelet into the board, and then we use the carabiners, or I add a chain to it that can't break. And they're heavy-duty plastic with the plastic cage that locks on over the bulb. So even if they smash this against the wall, that bulb is way up mounted in here, and I've found them to be excellent. I'll never use another metal one in my life. So see, this one, it's got, I put the chain on. That's how I adjust the height. And then the babies, as they get a little bit bigger, it warms up, I can either bring it up or I can just turn it off. And then when I turn them off, I just take the extra carabiner and clip the white plastic cage up to the cord so that they're up out of the way, and then they're not banging them around and all that good stuff. I think this little girl's gonna be a little handful. She's full of piss and vinegar. My cousin's gonna come out and just love her. So I told my cousin's daughter, just call her my niece, I told her that her Christmas gift was she gets a baby goat for Christmas. She gets to pick a doe and start her own herd. She's gonna start 4-H this year. She showed with us last year. So I'll be excited to see who she chooses. I'm sure I've got a list of several that I would like to keep a doeling from, but that just means that I have to make some cuts on current does that we have. So unfortunately I do have a list started of does that we will be selling, but if I want to continue to better my herd, bring in or retain some nicer does, then I have to make room. As it is right now, I have too many goats, so gotta downsize. Sounds like Rosie's outside rubbing on the shelter. There's Ritz, lattes under there. Looks like Little Bits, Fergie, and Classy underneath, and then Treble up on top. Just added, don't eat my camera, a little bit of kelp and the zinc minerals into her feeder there. I raised the heat lamp up a little more for the babies, and then I just checked her udder to make sure that they're drinking out of both sides, make sure it didn't feel warm or anything, that she could be getting mastitis. And it'll just be daily checks to keep an eye on that they're, like I said, drinking out of both sides, emptying both sides, that she's not building up on one side. If she is, or if they're drinking out of just one side, then I will milk out that side. Try to get them eating on both. Alright, we're just gonna do a quick walk around, check up on everybody, make sure they're all good. Hi. Hi, Foxy. Hi, ladies. Oh, there's Abel. It's windy. Abel, it's hard enough, boys, to walk in frozen ruts. I don't need your assistance. Hey, did you get stuck with your head in the hay or what? Excuse me, Abel. Ladies, I was coming in to check on you. Can you let me walk? Should we scoop up this hay and... Excuse me. You know, you guys make this impossible. All right, you guys are gonna get some hay for a minute here. All right, so I bedded them with straw last night. I was just trying to move some of their hay back to their shelter so that they're not standing out here in the wind trying to eat. Girls, it doesn't help when you're standing on it. Okay. You guys good back there? Climb back out of here. Abel, I don't have anything for you. Oof. Boys, please. Feeder pigs look like they ate most of their straw I bedded them with last night to get them some more. Check their feeder. Yeah, they still got quite a bit in there. That's a Jason job to fill that. If I have to fill it, it goes 5-gallon bucket by 5-gallon bucket, and it's kind of miserable. What's up, cows? Third cow, Red's down there, and the 3 calves. Oh, whoa. We got 9 bucks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are we missing? Oh, who are we missing? Odin. Odin, where you at? Odin and who? I gotta think of who I'm looking at here. Oh, Odin. There he is, with Lucifer. One to the back, that's Lucifer. He's the daddy to Apani's babies. You gotta stand in front of him, Odin. Hi, Obi. Yeah, I know. You guys have got some crusty eyes. There you go. There's Lucy. Hi, bud. He is actually Mazakine's half-brother. Okay. So, they've got hay. I bedded them. Lots of hay. I bedded them back in that porta hut back there that Lucy and Odin just came out of. They're bedded in there, and then they've got bedding in here. Are you not coming out to eat, Rockstar? He said, nope, I'm good. All right. Let me just check on who's left. Gemma, Caribou, the little boys. old spots. There's 3 of them. I still got to go out and feed them in a little bit, but. And the other 2 girls over there in their shelter. Walk over, set Gemma's pen, and then Huck, Bean, and Maz. There's Caribou. Hi, Boo. Gemma. Little boys in there. I bedded them with straw, and then I bedded in that shelter with straw for the 2 bigger. Kane, can I walk, please? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I know. You guys don't like snow either. Barely make it outside their doors. There's Bean, Mazakine. Huck's laying down behind them. Bedded them with straw last night and threw some extra hay in their shelter. Not that they don't have plenty enough out here to eat, but everybody's good over here? All right. You guys got plenty to eat? Where are you going, Ricardo? Planted 2 trees here. Just some Aussie trees, fast growing, and Abel's chewed the tops off of them. Ooh, Ricardo. They should bounce back in the springtime as long as he quits eating them. I'll finish my chores. It's starting to snow again. I guess, I don't know. Freezing rain, sleet, whatever it is. Being pelted in the face, so. Well, that's it, guys. Have a good day. See ya on the next one.